Oh, yes. Hold my banner. You know when you see that banner flapping in the wind, what time it is. And we start this episode with the Woj bomb. How about this? Celtics, Kristaps Porzingis is expected to miss a minimum of several games with the right soleus strain. I mean, listen, I'm no medical expert, but I believe that's a calf strain. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Woj. And thank you very much for tuning in to Hold My Banner. Travis Thomas here. And you know, I'm with the walking, talking, triple-double. The real athlete on this program. Division I at Fresno State and UTEP. Ballin' Ountae Campbell. Hey, we talk all things Celtics, all things NBA, all things pop culture here on Hold My Banner. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you, Trav. I'm super excited to be on the show today, and you know why?
Why?
The kid from Compton,
Oh.
Kendrick Lamar, finally responded to Drake. I can't wait to talk about that
We
later.
definitely will. And, of course, you know we're going to start with the Celtics. Hey, how about this, Ountae? Jason Tatum shot 5 of 14 from the floor. Mm-hmm. And his team still won on the road by 20. Yeah. I mean, what else do you need to know? But we'll come back to Ountae later on for, of course, Wicked or Kick It, and we'll talk that rap beef amongst other things. But that's where I want to start. Let's start with the Porzingis injury first. First of all, Celtics fans, basketball fans in general, exhale, woo-saw, do some yoga or something. Let's not panic on the Porzingis stuff. I understand. It's not ideal. He's banged up. Everyone's first reaction, oh, here we go again. Porzingis is hurt. I get all that. I had that reaction too. It's natural. It's called being human. But it was not an Achilles like we thought. It was not catastrophic like we thought. Usually non-contact, a guy with an injury history, you're like, oh, no, worst case scenario, immediately, everything's DEFCON 5. This guy just popped an Achilles. Not the case. So, yeah, okay, he misses the rest of the Heat series against an inferior Heat team without their best player. I mean, check, no problem. I'm fine with that. Are you telling me he could miss the next round against the Cavaliers or the Magic? I mean, inferior teams that have one star player and no consistent secondary scoring option. What are we talking about here? You can win that series without Kristaps Porzingis. Hell, if you get in a pickle and you go to Game 7, you may get him back. So I'm not as panicked. Tillman, Cornette, these guys got to step up. Old man Al Horford, I need more minutes out of you. He's capable. They're all capable. Just toe the line here. Chop wood, carry water until the guy gets healthy. You'll be fine. I mean, the Eastern Conference, we talk about this ad nauseum. This is not some gauntlet. It's not the Western Conference. The Celtics will be just fine. Now, to be fair, I believe you do need Kristaps Porzingis in the Eastern Conference Finals. But if you told me I don't have him, I still believe this team can get to the NBA Finals without him. Could be a little daunting, depending on who they play, could be a little daunting, but it's possible. You're capable. You can do it. You've done it in the past without him, right? And again, we knew acquiring Kristaps Porzingis, and the Celtics deserve credit. We've given them credit on this show of resting him, maybe when he didn't even need it. I mean, if the guy had so much as a hangnail during the regular season, the Celtics sat him. Good, smart. So you go to the playoffs, and he's healthy, and you knock on wood that he stays that way, and he gets banged up. I mean, what are we, surprised? Of course not. The best thing that happened to the Celtics, and which is why I keep saying the basketball gods continue to show them favor. Not only did the Eastern Conference get wide open with all these injuries. Now, if all these teams are healthy, I still like the Celtics to get there, to get back to the finals. But all these teams are not healthy. We know Jimmy Butler. We know Giannis. Now Dame. Embiid's not 100%. I mean, all these guys are banged up. Even the Knicks have injury issues. But I look at this as, okay, so that's on one hand, you caught a break in the Eastern Conference. On the other hand, you caught another break here with this Porzingis injury. It's a calf strain. That's it. He's going to be okay. It's not an Achilles. He should be back. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So to win big, this is where we all agree. This is where I think I don't have to say relax. I will too hit the panic button. To win big, i.e. a title, you will need Kristaps Porzingis. By all accounts, you should have him back. And not only that, he shouldn't be compromised. No one this time of year is 100% truly. No one. Everyone's playing with something. But you've got to get him back as close to 100% as possible. Now, he does not play above the rim, so you're in good shape there. This is not Giannis. Kristaps, at worst, if you're a catch and shoot for me, I'll take it. If you can clog up the lane with your size and just rim protect right there at the rim, I'll take it. But I don't believe that's going to be the case. I don't think he's going to be that compromised. I believe they will get him back because the team, the Celtics, will carry themselves until he's healthy enough to be effective, not just out there as some sort of decoy going along for the ride. I believe that. To win big, though, you will need him back. In fact, if you look at this Celtics team, the current Celtics team that's beating up on the current inferior Heat team, they actually remind me of old school Heat, the Heatles with LeBron. Let me explain. If you start to look at this position by position, let's start with Jason Tatum. He would be your LeBron James in this case. There are nights, Heat fans will tell you. I mean, LeBron got there and they drove him nuts. I mean, LeBron, what are you doing? Are you going to take the last shot? Are you going to give it to Wade? There was a little bit of deferring there, especially early Heatles. Once they figured it out, we know what it was. Best player on the floor, offensive bag, endless. They can do everything. Also, both players elevate the guys around them. Say what you want about Jason Tatum. You can look at the numbers. Yes, he scores. But this isn't Carmelo Anthony we're talking about here. This isn't a guy that's just a stat stuffer. This isn't a guy that gets the ball, dribbles the air out of it, gets the shot clock up 4 or 5, and then chucks up a shot. That's not what Jason Tatum does. Jason Tatum can pass. Jason Tatum crashes boards. He has an all-around versatile game. Guys love playing on Jason Tatum's team, just like they love playing on LeBron's team. So Tatum and LeBron, to me, have some similarities. How about Jaylen Brown? You know where I'm going here, don't you? It's Dwayne Wade. 2 freak athletes who can attack the rim with reckless abandon. Maybe the best in the league or in that conversation, right? Also, streaky shooters. Guys that if they get hot, I don't care if you have a hand in their face, they're going to knock it down, okay? But also, if you get an open look for Jaylen Brown, you get an open look for Dwayne Wade in his prime, they can knock down the shot. So they're good enough shooters, certainly streaky shooters, but rim attackers, freak athletes. Again, just like I said with Tatum and LeBron, Dwayne Wade and Jaylen Brown able to uplift those around them, make their teammates even better, take over games in moments. So I see the comparison there. Chris Bosh and a healthy Kristaps Porzingis. Do you not see the similarities there? Unique skill set for their size. Both guys okay with, happy with being the third option. Great teammates, willing to do what it takes to win. Now, obviously, the Heatles won a title, and we'll see how the Celtics story ends. But the comparisons are there, especially early on, Heatles, compared to current Celtics. Now, this is where I'm going to lose you, but stay with me. I'm going somewhere here. There's a method to my madness. Stay with me. Early Spo, and Joe Mazzulla. Now, you think of Eric Spoelstra current, and you say, Travis, he's one of the best coaches in the league, if not the best. He's an all-time great coach. Of course he is. But I'm talking early iteration of the Heatles. Eric Spoelstra was a young, unproven, hardworking, a little quirky, unproven coach that no one knew anything about. Everyone said, why isn't Pat Riley coaching this team? Did we not hear that with Brad Stevens, with the transition from Stevens to Ime? And then we know what happened with Ime. But look, Joe Mazzulla is young and unproven. He's not perfect. We criticize him. You don't think Eric Spoelstra was getting criticized early? In fact, I would argue it's more pressure on Joe Mazzulla because Boston gives a damn. Miami doesn't care. They didn't care. Now, you get, obviously, LeBron James. You got D. Wade, who had already won a title. You got all, okay, yeah, now they're engaged. But when the Heat are losing, no one gives a damn. When listen, Miami, with all due respect, I love visiting there. You're great. You are not Boston in terms of media pressure, fan pressure, people caring about sports here. You're just not. Don't at me. It's the truth. You know it, and I know it. But Spo early on was young and unproven, just like Joe Mazzulla. Now we'll see what Joe Mazzulla does, but the comparisons are there. And then finally, I mentioned him, Pat Riley. But for the Heatles, we're just talking front office Pat Riley here. So I'm not comparing Brad Stevens and Pat Riley as coaches. I would never do that. But as front office people, you can see the comparisons. We'll see if Brad Stevens is able to accomplish the things Pat is. But this whole comparison I'm doing is not based on accomplishments. It's based on comps. It's based on comparisons. It's based on similarities. So I look at this and I say, okay, Pat Riley put the Heatles together, had to do some convincing. Guys had to take pay cuts. You got egos involved. You got to move and shake. You got to make some things happen to even bring it together. Those three were so dominant, so expensive. Yeah, I mean, you're basically filling out the rest of your roster with the league minimum, with bottom of the barrel. The Celtics are in a different situation financially than that. But if you notice now, guys are getting a bag. They're starting to wrap this up. Tatum's about to get an even bigger one. Jalen's already got paid. So Brad Stevens deserves some credit for being a mover, for being a shaker, willing to roll the dice as a front office member now. So I'm just saying, we'll see how the story plays out. But I'm seeing a lot of similarities between the Heatles' early stages and the current Celtics team now, beating the hell out of the current Heat team now that's nowhere near their glory days. I want to transition to this. A lot of my buddies are blowing up my phone, and it's getting on my nerves, to be honest with you. I hope all of them are watching. They are blowing up my phone about the potential of a New York-Boston Eastern Conference Finals in both the NBA and the NHL. Obviously, the Rangers cooking right now. We know the Bruins still alive and well, cooking in their playoff run. Celtics, we just talked about. I mean, I'm comparing them to the Heatles, for God's sakes. I think they're doing okay. And then, look, to be fair, you look at the Knicks, Jalen Brunson carrying that franchise on his back right now. It very well could happen. So my New York buddies are hitting me up. Hey, what do you think, man? You're on that side. You're in Boston, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'll gladly be on this side because, look, this rivalry in sports, Boston against New York, is it not the gift that keeps on giving? I guarantee you the NHL and the NBA want these matchups. They want these as Eastern Conference Finals matchups because even going all the way back to the beginning of time, Boston, rooted in tradition. I mean, I knew that before I got here, okay? I'm here, I see it, I'm like, yep, they're rooted in tradition. Yeah. It lives up to the brand. It lives up to the name. What about New York? Modern-day skyscrapers everywhere you look. Constant innovation. We're New York. We do this. We do that. One city built on a grid structure. One city. The layout, these roads designed by cattle. I know. I drive it every day. My damn GPS has no idea what's going on half the time. If I hear another recalculating, just tell me where I'm going. It can't because the roads were made for cattle, okay? Colonial time style. So these cities are so different in their fabric. Competing nowadays, present day, I mean, you're talking about infrastructure, education, economics, policies. It's a constant competition between Boston and New York. Always has been, always will be. And it plays out in sports. And we've seen it since the beginning of time. We'll see it till the end of time. And hopefully we all get treated to seeing it now as well. Because I tell you what, and we all know this, it is always worth the price of admission. All right, there it is, Ountae. Listen, when I go on these rants, I see Ountae Campbell taking copious notes. He's like a lawyer. I come out, I give my opening statement, I see him taking notes, and then the floor is his. He comes out, he gives this long soliloquy, and he says, "You can't handle the truth." The judge is banging the gavel. The courtroom's going crazy. So I know you want to react to what I said. And then, obviously, as always, we'll get to Wick It or Kick It, where we judge NBA drip. The floor is yours, my man.
Look, I just got to quickly say, Knicks and Celtics,
Yes.
that's foregone conclusion. That's done. That's going to happen.
Oh.
I'm saying it for sure. That's happening.
Okay.
But Porzingis being there,
Oh.
that's where I'm lost a little bit. You saw it with KD. It was a little bit of a calf issue at first.
Really?
He came back and tried to play. Played, 10 minutes, and he was gone? I don't know if this team is willing to risk that because they need him next year.
Okay.
So I think they probably try to go throughout the next series without him as well, at least the first 2 games to see how it goes.
Okay.
Once they get to the Knicks, that's when it's going to be a question of whether they should have him or not. But Porzingis is probably done for the year, or he should be.
Wow. You think
In
so?
my opinion, he should be. But all right, let's switch it over to Wick It or Kick It.
Wow.
Your favorite show.
You're coming in hot here, brother.
Yeah, I am. All right, first we got the boy JT, Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum? All right.
What do you think of this one?
I mean, this is a little too Miami for me. Like, hey, Tay, I'm not gonna hold you. This is a little too Miami right here. Like, okay, let me start here, because I talk around. I talk things out.
Yep.
I respect a few things about Jason Tatum as it pertains to his fashion.
Okay.
He will dress appropriate to where he is. So I've seen him show up here, obviously in parkas and all kinds of, bubble goose, whatever he needs to keep him warm. You understand? Mm-hmm. So this is so Miami, Tay, that I'm gonna kick it because it's too Miami for me.
Wow.
Like the pants, the bag, like what with these pants? What in the Tony Montana is going on here? Tony Montana, what is going on? Then the bag, like what are we doing here? I don't know what's going on there. I don't know where he got that from, but he needs to take it back and get his money back expeditiously. And then, everything else, he's got the white shirt over with the tank. I'm assuming that's a tank top. I'm assuming it's taco meat out. It's just it's just too much. It's too Miami. I know in his mind he fly as hell, but I'm kicking this. Maybe it's because I'm here in Boston and not in that sun there on South Beach. But I'm kicking this, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not with this.
You're jealous of him. It's okay,
that what
Travis. You're jealous because he has more hair than you. You know what I mean?
Hey!
He's also out there in Miami, having the nice weather out there on the beach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is.
But
look at him.
I gotta say, he looks like a cool villain from an '80s detective movie.
Oh!
That's what he looks like. It's probably time, honestly, to see Tatum in a movie. Maybe we can get him in the next Hustle movie or something like that.
Tay, the way he's looking right here, he could be in the next Miami Vice.
Yeah,
right? Like he could be the bad guy. What's in that bag, JT? Like, you know what I mean? What's in that bag? And he just takes off running, jumps in an IROC Z, drop top, and drives off.
Look, if they're going to let LeBron be in movies.
Look at the bag.
If they're going to let LeBron be in movies, it's time to get Jason Tatum in movies. And you know what I also like about the fit, too?
What?
It's the calm accessories. Like, they're flashy, but they're just, like, flashy enough where it's like, ooh, you don't even really notice them too much. You know what I mean? The necklace, the bracelets on the wrist, the watch. It's all nice. It all complements each other. So I'm going Wicked.
Oh,
I'm going to 8.8. Which is really high for me. I really like this simple outfit from him.
So we're not going to talk about the damn curtain pants he's got on. Like, what is this? Yeah, grandma's curtain design. We're not going to talk about that. We're just going to ignore that.
Trav, man, you got to stop hating. All right, look, let's switch it over now. We got the fit from Michael Porter Jr. next. What do you think of this one?
Okay, I'm confused. Greg, I'm going to throw you for a loop here. I want you to do two things for me. I want you to zoom in on Michael Porter Jr.'s jeans, and now I want the people to just absorb that for a minute, because I want to make sure I'm not crazy. I know I'm crazy.
Take it all in.
But I want to make sure everyone sees what I'm seeing. Okay, so drink this in. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now, Greg, this is what I need. This is how great our director, Greg, is. I want you to go back to our Jason Tatum picture, Greg, and give me a shot of the bag. Now, keep this image of these jeans in your mind as Greg works his math. That's the same damn design. That's the same damn design. So now I figured this out. Jason Tatum bought the jean set with the bag to match, but he said, no, I'm going to go these grandma curtain design pants because they got a little more Tony Montana to them.
Yep.
And then Michael Porter Jr. was with him shopping and said, I'll take the jeans, baby. That's what happened. I cracked the case. Here on Wicked or Kick It, not only do we judge NBA drip, but we also get to the bottom of the hard-hitting questions, comments, and concerns. I just solved the case. So Michael Porter Jr., because you got the jeans to match that ugly-ass bag that Jason Tatum had, and you got a Barney sweater on, I'm kicking the hell out of this outfit.
Oh, man. Travis, boom. I'm with you. This is a kick it for me as well. But, look, it's for different reasons. This fit just gives me childish vibes. Like, you talk about the pants, they remind me of Cocomelon. Like, what are we doing, bro? Then you got the purple sweater on looking like Barney. I'm going to give this fit a 3. Because that's who's watching these TV shows, 3-year-olds. This is a kick it, get it out of here. Don't ever wear it again. I hate the LV shoes at the bottom as well. Just stop doing it, all right? This one is kick it, trash.
Hey, dog. The way Cocomelon got a chokehold on my kids at home, dog. Hey, Tay. Tay. Cocomelon, bro, stays on repeat. You hear me? Every time I walk in the house, all I hear is Cocomelon. Man, this show should be sponsored by Cocomelon as much as it's on in my house, Tay.
Facts. All right, let's do Jalen Williams. Now, you wouldn't even be able to tell that this is Jalen Williams. I got to say, Jalen Williams, number 8 on the OKC Thunder. Can we show off this fit? What do you think, Trav?
What do you mean show off this fit? What in the Daft Punk is happening here? She's up all night and get time. I'm up all night and get time. So up all night and get time. We're up all night to get lucky.
Yeah.
What's going on here, Tay? What is this? Is this a joke? Am I being punked? This is a real thing that happened? This happened? This is a real thing?
This is a real thing.
This is really Jalen Williams?
Yeah. This is how he walked into that elimination game to sweep the Pelicans.
He needs to be yo. Hey, dog, this whole fit needs to be eliminated.
Oh, my God.
What do you want me to say? You know I'm kicking this. What the hell is this?
Oh, man, I agree. Look, like you said, eliminating it. It reminds me of this video game I used to play with my boys called Among Us. Greg, can we show that picture? He had Daft Punk. I got Among Us. We need to show that picture of the two, man. Look at this. Trav says Daft Punk. I say Among Us. That's what this fit looks like, all right? He looks like one of the crew members in Among Us, bro. It looks like – all right, can we show the full fit again one more time, please? Just show the full fit.
It looks
disgusting. Like 2001 A Space Odyssey. The pants. Like, dude, it's out of this world. What are we wearing?
Bro, this is terrible.
He's got a trash bag on, Trav.
Bro, what? Damn the pants. What is that helmet apparatus? Like it. Greg, like I need a close up, man. This looks like he about to spar, dog. Like, is this headgear for boxing? Like, what is going on? What is this? How do you even see where you are going, sir?
He looks like a low budget alien from a 1970s movie.
Talking about Nanu, take me to your liter.
Oh my God, I can't do it, bro. It's terrible.
That boy been smoking that kryptonite.
He's been on something, bro.
You got to drug test him tonight.
Oh,
what
man.
happened there?
Man.
I get this off of my screen, man. Kick this forever.
Oh,
you know what we
man.
need to start doing, dog? We need like a Wicked or Kick It Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
just for stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we can harken back when we do some best of shows or something like that.
Yeah.
We can harken back on those because that is disgusting.
Look, you talked about smoking on that kryptonite.
Yeah.
Two teams that really, I felt like, at the beginning of the season were smoking that kryptonite. The Suns and the Lakers.
Well played, man. That was well done by you.
What do we think about their futures? Whose future do you think is more bleak, Travis?
Oh, God. I mean, look, it's hard to say in a sense because I just watched Jokic make the Lakers his minions again, right?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, all this guy, I know everyone calls him Gru, right? Like, he did it again. Like, he is these guys. Look at this. This is why Joker is dressed like Gru. I mean, does that not say it all? Look how small and tiny and minion-like the Lakers are. It's just, it's hard for me to sit here and say the Suns, when you see an image like that and we see what Joker and Jamal Murray did to the Lakers again.
Yeah.
But I got to say the Suns, Tay, they have no reprieve. Like, I look at the Lakers, yeah, they're cash-strapped, yeah, but they have some wiggle room there. And we know LeBron's a great GM. I mean, clearly. He's done it his whole career. Mm-hmm. The Suns are stuck. Like, Bradley Beal, inexplicably, has a no-trade clause, and he's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. Okay, let's start there. That's insanity.
Yeah.
Devin Booker's growth has been stunted by this whole mess.
Yep.
Kevin Durant is not a leader, self-admittedly. Like, I'm not breaking news here.
No.
He said, I just want to hoop, man. I'm not in all the – and, like, meanwhile, he's being blamed for everything there, it feels like to me. A lot of the blame's going on Kevin Durant. They can't do anything. They're going to fire that coach. They have nothing. What do they have? They don't have any draft picks.
Right.
All the money's wrapped up in those three.
Yeah.
The roster outside of those three sucks.
Yep.
They don't even have a point guard, bro. Like, I think the Suns are in dire straits. And honestly, the Lakers, I could see. I don't know how. And LeBron does this, Ountae.
Yep.
He pulls rabbits out of hats all the time. If you told me the Lakers acquired Trae Young or I don't know, some off Klay Thompson or Donovan Mitchell or something, I wouldn't be shocked. I would ask how'd they do that? But like I've asked that several times in LeBron's career.
Yeah.
And he's pulled it off. And the Lakers are going to do whatever they want to keep him too, by the way. The Suns Ountae, I don't see where the Suns can go here.
Yeah.
Like they're stuck.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, both teams are in terrible positions.
They are.
It's, nitpicking which one you like.
Yes.
I think the Lakers' future is honestly a little bit worse. And I'll say it because, like the Suns, they have no assets. This year, they're probably going to end up handing off their first-round draft pick to the Pelicans.
Right.
Which means next year they'll have a first-round draft pick. And honestly, like, they haven't drafted well. So who cares who they have in the first-round draft pick because they haven't drafted well in the Pelinka era.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the assets that they have that are on the team already with Austin Reeves, who had a down year.
Right.
D'Lo, who is getting thrown under the bus by his coach.
He is.
His teammates, everybody.
They're blaming him.
Right. And Rui, who was a bigger name for them last year, who's also lost some stock in his name as well. So they have literally nothing. And LeBron has the opportunity. It sounds like he's going to opt out. He's gonna walk away from this team possibly. He has the opportunity to do so. Yeah. And they just look desperate. I mean, you see it. They're about to give a 40-year-old $164 million over 3 years. That's $55 million, just under $55 million a year, which is insane. To be paying him at 43. Yeah. And they're also thinking about drafting his son Bronny, who can possibly be a good NBA player. But not yet. He needs another year of development in college, which is obvious. It's clear. So rushing that decision as well to bring him into the league just to make Bron happy and keep him in L.A.
Yeah.
They're desperate, and it's sad, honestly. They're also going to lose their head coach with Darvin Ham. He's probably out of there. I don't know anybody who would want to take that job.
Who would want? I wouldn't want that job at all. I mean, it's all the pressure in the world. It's the Lakers, that brand. It's L.A. You know, we just talked about, I was saying how Miami's not the same as Boston. Well,
Yep.
L.A. is one of those markets. They're going to be on your ass if you're the Lakers coach. Every little thing you do, they're going to be on it. LeBron will throw you under the bus quicker than your head will spin. AD, you can't count on. I mean, what a pressure situation that job will be. But, I mean, look, that's the reality that both of these teams are in. I just happen to think that the Suns is worse because at the end of the day, at the very least, assuming LeBron comes back, you do have LeBron James, one of the greatest players of all time, who still has plenty left in his tank. Mm-hmm. And although you can't count on him late in games, yeah, he's a walking injury waiting to happen.
Yep.
Say what you want. Brow is still a baller, defender against everyone except Jokic.
Yeah.
I mean, you still got a little something there as far as those two. But with the Suns, with those three, I mean, they're a mess, and they'll throw you under the bus, too, and blame you and the coach and everyone else for all the problems in the world, even though it's those three. Look in the mirror. For the latest on all the Red Sox news, check out 310 to Left. Check out the full episode on YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcast. All right, how about this? We saw the Pelicans get bounced like a basketball against the Thunder.
Yep.
So kind of similar situation here to what we were talking about with the Suns and Lakers. How in the hell do you fix the Pelicans? Because I'll be honest with you, Ountae, I really don't think they're that far off. I think they got swept because of a few things. Thunder have momentum right now. We understand that. I mean, they just have everything working for them. They're like the Timberwolves right now, right? Mm-hmm. They have everything working for them. We understand that. But I also look at this from a standpoint of, hey, you know what? To be honest with you, when Zion was in there, he was locked in, I don't even think the Lakers would have made the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Like, remember Zion got hurt in that game late? He went out, Lakers stole it. Bro, he was giving the Lakers and LeBron's old ass everything they could handle, bro. He ran LeBron over a few times, Ountae.
Yeah, he did.
Then he got hurt late in the game. He leaves the game. Lakers took control, never looked back. Mm-hmm. So I guess I've seen, and we've seen this in the past. This is our first time seeing it in a big game. But we've seen small sample sizes of Zion being healthy-ish, locked in, and boy, I mean, the future looks really bright for the Pellies when that's the case. The problem is you can't count on it right now. So I guess my answer would be the future for the Pelicans would be bright if we can get a professional offseason from Zion Williamson. Ountae, no porn stars, no beignets. You know what I mean? Like, lock in, dude. Salmon and broccoli. You know what I mean?
No
like
daiquiris, man.
Right. Weights. Yeah, no king cake. Like, weight room, cardio. You know what I mean? Like, come in locked in, focused, no distractions, stay healthy. One of the ways you get healthy and stay healthy is to be healthy. Right? Like, if we can get that, I feel like then, however their season ends, I can have a fair, real, full assessment of the Pelicans. Until I get that, Ountae, I mean, and they already paid him. So it's not like we can't even have the convo of, well, is it time to move off Zion? Too late. You're stuck with him too. So, like, until I get that, Tay, I feel like it's an incomplete grade a little bit.
I agree. I think they probably do need a veteran to go in there for Zion as a coach or something like that to just be like, yo, stop. Like, go win. You know what I mean? Like, be better. But look, I'm cooked up a little bit before the show, okay? I got to let you know.
Oh, you're going to fix them?
Yeah, I'm going to completely fix the Pelicans
Bring
right
it
here,
on.
okay? So, B.I. has one more year left on his deal.
Yeah.
Let's get him out of Pelican land, bro.
Oh.
Trade him to Indiana for Miles Turner.
Who's a dog.
And a second-round pick. Indiana has 2 second-round picks in this upcoming draft, which are looking like they're going to be back-to-back picks. They don't need both. Get one of those from him. get Miles Turner back in return, get them a big that can really space the floor and also protect the rim. That'll help out with their team a lot.
Him and Zion together is a problem.
Then, on top of that, make sure you take the Lakers' first-round pick.
Yeah.
Use that first-round pick to draft Isaiah Collier. He's a project with the shooting. But you will be able to build up Trey Murphy, build up Jordan Hawkins, who are really elite shooters in this league. You also obviously have CJ, who's a great scorer, and you have Zion, who can score off the dribble.
Right.
So you have no issues with him. He's probably the best playmaker in this draft class, honestly. Like, he has the vision, the ability to set dudes up.
Yep.
There's issues, like I said, with his scoring ability at times.
Sure.
But when you have two rim protectors with Zion and Miles Turner behind him on the defensive end, he'll be fine. So take him there. As far as what the Indiana Pacers should do with their second-round pick, because obviously they're losing Miles Turner, which is a huge loss for them.
Sure.
They're also obviously going to lose Spicy P, Pascal Siakam, because he's walking away this offseason probably as well. So they need to go get Coleman Hawkins from Illinois.
Okay.
He will be able to help them out. And then the second-round pick that went to the Pelicans, I want that to be Tristan Newton from UConn as another backup point guard situation that's really good and able to help them out with their issues with distributing the basketball.
Hey, listen, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Ountae Campbell, producer for Hold My Banner, walking triple-double, and GM extraordinaire. I mean, he just literally fixed the Pelicans. That was beautiful work by you. Now, Clippers-Mavs Game 5. Let's preview this.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm going to tell you something, brother. Both Paul George and James Harden needed that Game 4 for their legacy. Bro, if you blow yet another lead in their career in the playoffs, no-show style, I mean, we're already beating these guys up legacy-wise. But Paul George and James Harden, I will give them credit, rose to the occasion. Everyone says Kawhi Leonard's the guy that's got to close and knows how to win and all that. He's unavailable again. Always. Paul George and James Harden are there, and they got it done. Westbrook, too. I mean, all those guys made plays at the end of that game. Look, for their legacy, they needed Game 4, right? For their legacies, they need this series, Ountae.
100%.
I mean, they got to win this. With that being said, I'm still going Mavs. I told you. Right now, so far, it's been yin and yang. It's like Luka will go off, Kyrie not so much. Kyrie will go off, Luka not so much. Luka has even said, I feel like I'm letting Kyrie down. I think at some point, the two of them will be simpatico in this series. I think it's going 7. I said that from the beginning. I'll take the Mavs, Tay.
I agree. It's going 7. Mavs are taking it 100%. The question is that can change this series. Can Paul George and Harden continue to close?
Right.
These games have really come down to the fourth quarter. Luka really didn't show up for his team in Game 4 in the fourth quarter. Those two did. If those two can continue to do that, then it might change. It might be a Clipper series. But I agree. It's going to 7.
Yeah, I'm with you. And look, it could be a coin flip. It's a great series. And we said that coming into it. Could be a coin flip, whoever wins Game 7. But, I mean, legacies are at play here. Luka obviously has more runway on his because he's younger. But everyone involved in this has legacy plays on the line. And, by the way, if it goes 7, maybe you get Kawhi back too, Ountae. All right, look, we got to talk rap beef. Kendrick snapped on his diss track back at Drake. You texted me when this dropped. I listened to it. I just sent you every emoji possible. Listen, I'm calling this the battle for my top 5 right now.
Okay.
As it stands. I have Hove 1.
Okay.
Biggie 2. Pac 3. M4. And 5 will be the winner of this battle.
M?
Yeah, M. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, we're not talking about that. Go ahead, Trav. Go ahead.
5 will be – so M can't spit, Tay. That's what we're doing.
No, that's for another time.
We're going to do that. So Eminem doesn't belong in the top 5, Tay. We're going to do that here? Really?
That's for another time. You know what I mean? Shout out to Detroit.
All right. Yeah, what up, though? Shout outs to Detroit. Battle for my top 5. The winner of this beef. I mean, Tay, gosh, Drake puts out all these songs baiting this guy. Kendrick comes back, and I'm saying if this is a boxing fight, right? If this is a boxing match,
Yep.
I think Kendrick stole a couple rounds here, Jack. Like Drake's put out 2 or 3 songs, right?
Yep.
Kendrick took shots and like that, but I didn't feel like everyone calling that a diss track. I don't think so. I think he does what he always does. He takes shots and then he gets out of there. This was a diss track. Tay, I'm from the era of diss tracks. I just told you. Pac and Biggie. I watched 50 Cent take on an entire industry. He had beef with everyone. I mean, my whole hip-hop generation was born and bred in hip-hop beef. Mm-hmm. I got to tell you something, Ountae. This Kendrick Lamar Euphoria song is up there with some of the all-time songs that I've heard. Takeover from Hove, Ether from Nas. Like, that's up there. That was scathing. I mean, Ountae, I took notes. I've never taken notes on a damn song in my life. Ountae, I wrote this. Pusha T line, Sexy Red line, the Canadian accent, deadbeat dad stuff again, Daft Punk line, questioning Drake's blackness. This guy, I mean, Kendrick did everything in one song. It's incredible, Ountae. All Drake did was call him short.
Right, yeah, it's true. Like you said, it's like a boxing analogy.
Yeah.
In my eyes, I see it as like Drake was throwing these jabs the whole entire round, and then Kendrick right before the bell, just came and gave a knockout punch. You know what I mean? Not knockout, excuse me, but just a big shot.
Him. He staggered. He's doing the stanky leg.
Right.
He got to get his bearings.
Right, exactly. He's got him doing TikTok dances back to the chair. You know what I'm saying? 100%. I did want to note this.
Yep.
He named the song Euphoria because Drake produces the show Euphoria. Like, dude, we call Drake the petty king. Kendrick really might be taking that crown with this one, all right?
And bro, he came on the track with the Teddy Pendergrass as the intro.
Yeah. And he gave us 6.5 minutes.
Right.
Like, we were all like, okay, the one thing that Drake has is that he was quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kendrick took a little bit longer, but he gave us more to work with. You know what I'm saying?
Which is what they do. Is that not a microcosm of their career?
It is.
I'm not taking anything away. I'm telling you, this is a battle for a top 5. So it shows you the respect I have. I got both of these guys over Lil Wayne, which is insane to me. But, I mean, that's what they do. Drake, I don't want to call it microwaves hits, but you know what I mean. He's a hit maker, and they pump out pretty quick.
Right.
And then you have Kendrick, who drops classics and disappears for 4 or 5 years.
For sure. All I want to say about this really quickly is Drake those diss tracks just don't have the replayability that Kendrick's do. Like, I've been walking around the office today saying, it's a lot of goofies with a check. I mean, just over and over again. You know what I mean? So I think that Kendrick is winning right now. You probably don't agree. I don't know if you do. But I'm saying Kendrick's up right now.
I would say slightly. But the thing about Drake and why I think he's going to win this is because he's willing to fight. He's taking on all these guys. Kendrick is a main event, but he's fighting the whole industry right now. I give props to Drake for that in and of itself. Ountae, you are the man, sir. We'll do it again next time. We always appreciate you and your contributions, of course. I want to end with this because really we're talking about this beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. And I'm going to tell you something. Hold my banner. We do everything here. We talk hoops, but hip-hop and hoops are synonymous with one another. We talk all things pop culture. This is a win for hip-hop. It really is. Neither one of these guys should, knock on wood, take this to the streets and it turns violent. This should stay on wax. This should be all about music, and that's great for us. It's going to be a great summer with Drake and Kendrick going back and forth. Great. But shame on you, J. Cole, because, my God, all you've done is rap about how you're the best out of this big 3. Then you get all buddy-buddy with Drake. You start making songs. You're going on tour. You're hugging each other. Oh, you're the man. No, you're the man. Spider-Man, I'm looking at Drake. And then that's what triggered all this from Kendrick Lamar. He drops a diss. You diss him back. And then you apologize. You disappear. And you leave Drake hanging. Bruh. You leave Drake hanging to deal with this. How dare you, J. Cole? So while this is great for hip-hop, shame on you, J. Cole, because really you could have been the best in this group. But instead, you quit and you left this man hanging to fight this monster and others on his own. J. Cole, you let me down. For all of our best content of the day, make sure you follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. I'm going to go home and chill out and not listen to J. Cole. Thanks for rolling with us on Hold My Banner. Travis Thomas, Ountae Campbell. We'll see you again next time. Peace!